My name is Moses Uvere, born and raised in Dallas, Texas. I'm the oldest of four. Both of my parents are from Nigeria. It made it hard for them to transition into American culture, so that led us to living in really low income areas and living in poverty. And we are the first generation to be born here in America. Not only the first generation, but we're the first from our village to be born in America. My parents both got divorced and separated from each other when I was 10 years old. And so that started birthing these questions okay, why is this happening? Is God involved in this? Are we is this supposed to happen? And so it started creating a bit of discord in my heart towards God, because I didn't think that he would allow me or my siblings to live like this. So now we're having to live in two separate homes. And when the initial divorce happened, my father had to go to Nigeria to solidify the divorce. He goes there and he's detained for a little bit and not allowed to come back to the U.S. for a period of time. So during that time, we're living with our mother, and my mother is having a hard time raising four kids by herself. And so we end up going into a foster home for 2-3 years because she just said she couldn't do it. So after that, my dad comes back. He gets us out of foster home, and we end up just sharing our time. So we go stay with my dad on the weekends, stay with my mom during the week. And growing up, living like that, it quickly began to make me feel like I didn't have any value. I didn't know what I was worth. I just thought, okay, I'm an at-risk kid is what I used to hear people tell me. And I was like, okay, that's just what I am. And so I started allowing that behavior to shape me and started allowing my circumstances to shape me. And, it put me far away from God. But then one day, my dad, he just gets, I don't know what happened. He just gets a strong epiphany. And he's like, yo, I need to know more about Jesus. I need to know God. And he decides to go to Bible school and just grew in his faith and really comprehended what the sacrifice Jesus did for us and started pushing and instilling in us yo, we got to go to church. We got to read our Bibles. We got to pray as a family. And I'm looking at my dad what? He's never been like that before. I didn't comprehend who God was, because I was well, if God is that real, my mom would grab a hold of it too. Everybody would grab a hold of it. So I didn't think that God was able to do all these wonderful things that my dad would always tell us about. At the age of 19, I graduate from high school. I'm in junior college on an academic scholarship, and I'm working 2 jobs, and I'm just feeling like I don't know what my value is. I don't know what I'm supposed to do in this world. I don't know what I'm called to do. Started asking myself those hard questions. So that led me back to Jesus. That led me to the Bible. But it was just like God lined up that moment, and it really connected with me. And I gave my life to the Lord at that time. So at that point, I quit everything I was doing. I was in junior college, I was working 2 jobs. I was like, I ain't doing none of this. I'm going to Bible school, and I'm just gonna go learn more about Jesus. While I was at Bible school, I met all these incredible people that love God, that love Jesus, and I had no idea that you could use the things you love and use your gifts to give him glory. It didn't make sense to me. So when I was at Bible school, I was really shown that, wow, you can be able to do things you love and give God glory in that. And so it opened up opportunities for me to start doing music and making rap songs that talk about my faith and my relationships and talk about what God has done in my life. So that led me to going on my first national tour at age 21, where I've been touring every year after that, and being able to meet kids and that were just like me, that grew up with extreme circumstances, and I was able to share my stories with them. And it was a gift that was unexpected. And I've grown into my faith slowly but surely. He showed me that he takes those things and takes our situations and takes our hard times and uses that to bring us closer to him and to help people. in result of that, at least for me, like I feel like, wow, like this is why I'm alive. This is my purpose, and this is to let people know that God will get you through those hard times. I am Moses Uvere, and I'm sent.